what is your thoughts on the kind of advertising of these procedures?
It's so unethical.
So is that your status on it?
It's so unethical.
Okay.
Because an advertising standards agency do have some say in it, and they do have some control, but only on prescription medication. So they're really strict on Botox because it's a prescribed medication. So they treat it the same way as me advertising chemotherapy. It's like that to you. Your brain is like, what? Why would you advertise chemotherapy? But it's a prescribed medication for a specific issue. But with fillers, there is no real guidance on it. And even with who can do it in the UK, there is no regulations. And I think, we're talking about watches and I'm talking about Zara clothes. It doesn't impact my body in a negative way, or it doesn't influence me to make a decision where it's going to have long-term effects. I can buy a crazy dress and then look back at photos and be like, what was I thinking? But when you're changing your body, and I'm only going to speak on behalf of women, is we go through phases where I'm like, I'm having an ugly day. What if I decide on my ugly day when cookies is really rampant and I'm at my 7 to 8 hours of, you can look pretty, you can get your fillers, you can do, and I go, do you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then you make an appointment and then the wrong practitioner does the treatment for you. That has a permanent effect on your body. You can decide to dissolve it later, but it's already in there.
When you dissolve it, does it still stretch the skin?
It can.
Yeah.
It depends on how much has been in there.
Okay.
Our skin is our largest organ, so it's really adaptable. It's really malleable. So when you dissolve, if you give it enough time and give it enough support, it will go back to what it was.
Right.
But what if you do it and you get an infection, or you block a blood vessel, or you get delayed onset nodules and you're looking at steroids, and it was just that moment of madness where you didn't need it, but you were influenced, and it was just like a accumulation of all. I was in a bad mood. It was shown multiple times. An appointment came up. I did it. Just like a recipe for disaster. I think advertising or manipulation, as we were talking about, for treatments that can change your body, I think about plastic surgery as well, is completely unethical. And there are countries like Germany that you can't even showcase a before and after. It's against the law.
And do you agree with that?
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be shown as trivially as we see it on social media. I do it because I have to keep up with the game, but I don't agree with it. And you can see from my socials, I'll show before and after once every 4 months. And the rest of it is educational videos about what is filler, what can it do, what's a skin booster, how does aging impact us. And I try and be more educational to give you the tools to make your own decisions. But Canada's the same, and Germany is a big one. They're leading. I think Geneva is the same, where it's illegal to show before and afters. Whereas plastic surgery, for example, I've lost weight. I'm looking for mummy makeovers. I see mummy makeovers before and after, constant. There's going to be a moment where I'm going to be like, right, this is the guy. I'm just going to go and book
snap.
it.
Yeah.
If I didn't see it all the time, I would just be content with where my body is, and I'm happy. I'm healthy. I've got 2 kids. Everything's fine. I'm not uncomfortable anymore. If I keep seeing these abs and these lifted plump titties, I'm gonna book it. I'm a human. I'm a consumer. I'm a woman, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really unethical.
Yeah.
And it's like preying on, it's waiting for you to just be weak and then pop.
Well, that's the thing. It's preying on insecurity. Whether it's a guy getting a hair transplant or a girl getting fillers or a nose job, or it's preying on insecurity.
Yeah.
There's actually a stat I wrote down. This is really interesting because I didn't expect this, because typically, right, you'd think that people would get fillers for showing signs of aging.
Yeah.
Because that's typically what it is, right?
Yeah.
So
no.
The stat in the UK, in the UK, people that receive dermal fillers, over 50% are under 35.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Which is insane. And I'm just thinking, does that, in your opinion, from what you can see, does that directly correlate with, I'm guessing, the rise of social media has gone like this?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the filler industry has grown by 57% between 2018 and 2022. It's directly correlated.
Yeah. There's 3 things that's happening. Number 1, social media. But the generation that are aging, so I would say 45 plus, are not on social media. And if they are, it's for like, I'm going to use my mom as an example, cooking and gardens. They're not looking at
Or
before
dog
and afters,
videos.
or dogs.
My mom's like cute puppies, and that's pretty much it.
Or people falling over. My dad likes to watch people falling over, or signs. So the older generation, the aged generation, which is what we typically would expect people to seek aesthetics treatments for, are not on social media. And if they are, they're not following these kind of pages. Number two, that generation thinks about filler like plastic surgery. Like my mom is like, you do what? And she thinks I'm like doing brain transplants every day. But that's not what it is. You guys just didn't have access to it. And so it's so alien to you. And number three is between 2018 and 2022, we went into lockdown for 2 years where we were all on our screens and everybody got exposed to it and we got brainwashed. She planted a seed that's now grown all the way into 2026. So when you combine those three things together, of course, it's not going to be anyone over the age of 35 because they think it's crazy, they think it's excessive, or they're just not exposed to it. But below 35, doing your aesthetics, you can get in a nail salon now because it's so unregulated. So that generation wrongfully look at it as trivial as getting your nails done.
So somebody that can do it, so what you're talking about, someone that's not qualified as practitioner.
Yeah, and it's not regulated in the UK, so you can do it. You can go on a 2-day course and you can start doing it here in your room. You don't need to be regulated. The only people that are regulated in Scotland are medical professionals. But as a medic, I'm already regulated by my regulatory body, which is the General Dental Council. So you're barking up the wrong tree. You're regulating someone who already has really high standards to adhere by.
Yeah.
You need to be creating a
so
regulatory body.
backwards.
It's so backwards. So if you're a medic, you're doubly assessed, doubly inspected. And if you're a non-medic, it's just like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The Healthcare Improvement Scotland are trying to bring in changes, but it's too late. There's already so many people used to that price point, so many patients used to that price point, but also so many practitioners that are used to that form of income that you can't just introduce a law and then expect everyone to comply. It's like saying, well, Class A drugs are illegal, but I'm pretty sure you can get it within the next 10 minutes. And it's a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
It doesn't undo it. It just puts in a law so that they think, well, we're making some changes. It's too late.
Yeah.
In Dubai, you can't do it unless you're a plastic surgeon on a certified board. Full stop. That's it. That's how they started. And there is no get out of jail free card. They're very strict. That's how it should have been. But in the UK, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. So we are dealing with young, potentially insecure patients that want to get it done, that are constantly being exposed to before and afters. There's people that are doing it for really cheap. Of course they're going to go. So then they can say to their friends like, yes, I got my lips done, look. And then you don't want to be the last one out of that group that gets it done. So then it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
So then everybody gets it done. I've had so many girls come to me and I say, so why are you here? I'm the only one of my friends that doesn't have lips. And I'm like, I'm going to ask you again. Why are you here? Yeah. Why are you here? Like if I was on the phone, tell me why you're here. I want to understand anatomically why you're here. They don't, because it's a status thing. Like, well, everybody's wearing Yeezys, so I gotta have Yeezys. Well, everybody's got the Rolex Pepsi, so I gotta get the Rolex Pepsi. It's a status thing. It's like, have you read Lost Connections? It's a book about depression, but basically there's 9 things that keep us happy in life, 9 basic steps. And one of the main ones is a sense of community. And the only way that you feel safe in that community is to all be singing from the same hymn sheet.
Like fitting in.
You have to fit in. You have to fit in. And I would love to be eccentric and solo and be like, I don't care. I'm just going to do my own thing. But the base of it as a mammal, as a caveman, I have to fit into my tribe.
It's like a primal instinct.
Yeah. Right? So you and your girlfriend have to like the same things. Otherwise, you're not going to be a team. You and your family all have the same values because that's what keeps you together. And friendship groups, yes, you all like went to school together and you kind of like the same things. But equally, you typically see that everybody almost dresses the same or looks the same or drives.
Well, that's why uniforms are a thing as well.
Yeah.
In school, it's
It's
blanket.
to keep you, that's to try and make sure that nobody competes, but also to create that sense of community. So girls, there's always one person that goes first, and then it's like domino effect.
If you guys enjoyed that clip, please do me a huge favor before you go and head over to our Into the Mind podcast official page where we have the raw, uncut Into the Mind podcast, and hit that subscribe button. And the more subscribers we get, the more incredible guests we can get on the show. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all real soon.